Three, two, one. You're on the air, Dr. G. Thank you very much. Good morning. Where's your coffee or your tea?
Got my coffee right here.
Okay, let's do a
Tea in the
little.
morning? What's up with that?
I don't know. The old host used to do that. So over here we
No,
go.
no,
Mm,
coffee in the morning.
mm. Let's start this morning really quick over here. And good morning, everybody in the chat. Good morning to
Hello
you.
there.
And subscribe if it's your first time here. And please ring that bell to be notified. Dr. G, we're going to talk a little medical in the 30 minutes we got. But there's a new movie out, and it's called West Side Story. You ever seen it?
Well, again, of course, I know West Side Story, and I've seen the play, not on Broadway or anything, but I've seen the play. But so,
It's like
yeah,
it's a little Romeo and Juliet, would you
of
say?
course, it's
Yeah,
the adaptation of Romeo and Juliet. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And Steven Spielberg, he just made a movie. He just premiered December 10th,
Uh huh.
right here. But the truth is, it didn't do so good at the box office. So what's hurting this classic movie at the box office? All that and much, much more on Coffee Talk, Adika Live. Boom.
It's coffee talk with the Tika. Nothing rhymes with that but chicken tikka. We name drop here with Stefan and all his friends.
And if you are my friend, please subscribe, hit that bell to be notified when we are on, because it's a beautiful thing. Dr. G, good morning. Ooh,
It's good to be here.
it is good to be here. I feel like we haven't been here forever, huh?
I know it's just our schedules and coronaviruses and all those types of things. It's good to be back
Shh,
together.
don't say that
Oops.
word.
Shit. The
This-
thingies.
You
Damn
know
it.
what? I'm glad we're going to talk about my favorite movie, West Side Story,
Yeah.
but we're going to talk about stuff that'll get us blocked, and we'll talk about health
Right.
information and all that good, what health and
Right.
wellness.
Right.
Really quick, yeah, we can't say a lot of things anymore.
Sorry. Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's not your fault. It's the way of the world. And
Right.
look, YouTube, if you're really listening to me, please don't hock me, China. I need you more than you need me. So please be nice to me. Be nice to me. But I don't even know what to say. But I will say this: did you know that we're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, all that great stuff? But we're not at every. Don't listen to what it says Sunday at 12. The rock and roll show. No, just Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio. Check us out. Over there, we are unedited, the full show. We can be who we want to be there. So if you can't watch us and you're driving to work, that's a good place to hear uncut, unedited. But yeah, unfortunately, when we do the live shows, um, that word, what's going on in the world, that people aren't feeling so good, we got to call it. I don't know what to call it. The heebie-jeebies. I don't know what, but we can't call it that.
Okay.
And I can't even cuss anymore. I don't think.
Oh.
I don't even know what to do. I don't even know what to breathe on this show.
Well, there with the show.
There goes the show. I'm gonna have to do stuff on my Instagram account, which follow me on Instagram at
Yes.
Adika Live. That's doing pretty good. I put a clip of David Duchovny interviewing me,
Yeah.
and Andrew Dice Clay went and spread it out all over the place, and I got some followers. So thank you, Mr. Clay.
Yeah.
They're very nice of him. But yeah, I did my vinyl show. I try to play some music, which maybe I'll do a little here, but I have to count 4 seconds. If I do music more than 4 seconds, you know what happens?
Right.
I get blocked. That's right. That's right. I did a thing, and we had a game show, and we had a patron Eric Bacharach play Ashley, and Ashley kicked his butt, but I don't even know if I can say that. But I played music to go along with the songs, the albums they were playing, and the whole thing got blocked. They did 3 Beatles songs,
Really?
and they blocked the whole show,
Wow.
like you couldn't watch it. So
Crazy.
this is what goes on, Dr.
Yeah.
G.
Yeah.
And then you and I
Oops.
had quite a visit too. Yeah, I got to see you,
Oh yeah. Yep.
my health, and we'll talk about all that. We'll talk about that, and we'll take questions from the audience. Who's in the audience right now? Let's see who's in here. Okay, cooking with the kids, Andra, Renee, nice to see Miranda, John Julius is there. Okay, people are showing up. Joanne
Yeah,
Dash is.
We've got some people out there.
Laura G. Thank you very much. Thank you very
Hello,
much.
everyone.
Cooking with the Kid. Merry Christmas back to you. Thank you very much. It's very sweet of you.
Yeah.
Rocker from the Moon. Okay, so we got a little crowd here. Okay,
Mhm.
nice to see everybody here. So I have a favorite movie. So you know what? Check this out. Before I go into my favorite movie, it was a Broadway show originally, West Side Story, but it didn't do. It was in the early, it was mid 50s, but it didn't do so good. But
Mhm.
I have coming in January. You know who's coming on my show right here on our show on this whole show? I got George Chakiris from West Side Story, the original Bernardo. He's coming on the show. He's talking with us. Look, he's
Mhm.
coming here. He has a book, and he's going to talk about. He won an Academy Award
Oh, wow.
for 10 Academy Awards. The original film. Did you know
Really?
that, Dr.
Wow.
G?
No, I did not.
Well, if I have a cough, you know about that, and I'll teach you about Hollywood. All right,
Thank you so much.
Dr. G. The movie is great. Do you ever walk around the office want to sing "I Feel Pretty"?
That actually has not occurred to me. But,
It's a great soundtrack.
yeah.
Actually, right there, there's the
There it is.
original. But it's.
You can
I mean,
get
if I
4
could
seconds
play
of
it,
it.
Leonard Bernstein. Let's see if I could do it. It was Gang Rival.
Mm.
It was a Romeo and Juliet type love theme. Boy meets girl. They fall in love at first sight. The one from the 60s. I don't even know how you could do this movie over. What do you think, Dr. J?
Hey, Ryan saw it, and again, I actually read one review that was very, positive about the remake, and as far as that goes. So,
The critics love it.
yeah,
The
there you go.
critics love it. And the music is great.
Right.
You
Yeah,
got
I'm surprised it's not doing well because it's been so long since the last version, original version.
You hear that?
Mhm.
They're coming to get you. Can't be careful. They'll block me. Great. When I was a little, it makes me get excited. Look at me.
Yeah,
Look, I'm dancing.
great music.
I want to know. I want to know if people danced, in the theater. And anybody out there, tell us if you did see the movie. Let me, Dr. G, if you see anybody saying they saw the movie, tell me in the comments. I can't see, even though I have glasses. Look,
Yeah, Ryan saw it. Yeah,
yeah. What's he saying about it?
he said he thought it was actually great, quote unquote.
Oh, Ryan said that, huh? What does he
Yep.
know? He watches this show. Come on. What does he know? Look at this. We get. Oh, you're dumb too. Love at first sight.
Yeah.
What it was. What did he write here? Love at first sight strikes when young Tony spots Maria at a high school dance in '57. See, thank you. Helps me with the Wikipedia here. Very nice. That's right. It's a great. Ooh, it gets serious, Dr. G. And then you
I
got
know.
over here. What over here? This is all from the album. I didn't see the new movie. I want to see it. Now,
Right.
here's the thing. People, like Amber's telling me, it's an older crowd. Nobody's going to want to see this movie. And our generation, the older people, are afraid to go out because they don't want to get sick.
Right.
You know?
I agree. It's one of those things where we've actually, for us, it's actually our kids. We get the 3-year-old at home and getting the time and things. Where do we go? We got out of the habit of going to movies? It's just a matter of getting back. As I think for us, going on dates and going to the movies again. I think it's always been fun.
Right?
Right.
It's over here. Great, great soundtrack. And then you got, if you're a jet, everybody
Right.
wants to be a jet.
Right.
When you're a jet all the way.
They got the New York accent.
See, they didn't sing when you're in a Capulet, and so it just doesn't work, So yeah.
When you're a jet. But the Sharks were cool too,
Yeah.
Family man.
It's great. And then you got over here. This is all Act 1. This is something's coming. I mean, this is great stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Could be.
That's Tony singing. Now the original Tony, he's hard to. I'm just, my mind is so stuck with this film.
Right.
It's hard for me to even picture them even do it over and do it right. What do I know?
Well, I have no attachments because I actually, if I saw the film, I must have been like in pieces or whatever else like that. So, yeah, more of a traditional Romeo and Juliet fan. But
Now,
that's
Robbie
it. But
Robbie Detroit says Elvis was considered for West Side Story. I know that Elvis had a
Ooh.
little thing with Natalie Wood, supposedly.
I like it.
That Natalie Wood was the star of the film.
Could it be? Yes, it could.
That's right. And then you had the dance scene at the gym right here. Beautiful song right here when they right here. This is it. This is when this is when the world stops. This is when he sees Maria.
Ah,
He falls in love. It's like you and
course.
Miranda.
exactly.
Yeah, this is like recapturing this. Then he sees her. She's beautiful.
It's a great story, of course.
Maria. Sing around the office. Miranda, Miranda.
I could do that, you know. It would still probably be considered harassment, even though she's my wife.
Now, here's another little tidbit for you. Kenny Vance, who I have a new interview coming on Talking Wax, he was the original founder of Jay and the Americans, and they did a cover of this song.
Puerto Rico.
America. That's Rita Moreno. She's just turned. I think she just turned 90.
Right.
Was it 90 or 80? No, she just turned. Yeah, maybe. I don't even know. I think 80.
Right.
I'm making the poor woman older.
No, she was quite the hottie in the 1930s. So,
There's a great documentary about Rita,
right.
and I saw it on the plane, and she had a long affair with Marlon Brando,
There you go.
and she tried to kill herself.
Oh,
It was so much drama with those two.
I would
And
bet.
I guess he was kind of maybe like the 9.5 weeks. If you saw that movie with Mickey Rourke, he was like,
Mhm.
that kind of guy. Who
Yeah.
knows? Who knows?
Fa-
But
fairly intense. You never know.
yeah, but she was then after they broke up, she ended up doing a movie with him. Picture this: she had to do a movie with him
Mm.
after the relationship is over. I mean, it's an incredible documentary. If you could see it, if you could see it, you would have that time.
Right.
And anybody in the chat, it's wonderful. You'll love it.
Keep clean.
See that? It's exciting. West Side Story is the best movie.
Right.
I'm sorry.
We're just excited here because the second season of The Witcher is coming out on
Are you?
Netflix. So yeah.
I don't even
Well,
know what that
yeah,
is.
Miranda's a little more excited than I am. The Superman guy's on it, and so
You see, look at this. Look, the production was nominated for 6 Tony Awards, including Best Musical in 58, winning 2. The show had even a longer running West End production. See the information I get from the audience. Thank you.
like it. Thank
I
you.
love it too.
Yeah, you're not going to get much out of me.
No, it's okay. I need you here. Anyway. I need you here. I need you here. But anyway, you know what? It's a good. You know what's good about you? You're cool. That's the thing,
Wow.
Dr. G.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Wanna get even?
Get cool, Dr. G.
Get cool.
I wanna go.
You want to go?
Boy, crazy boy. Get cool, boy.
Yeah, see that?
Yep. I remember that.
Keep coolly cool, boy.
You love it.
Yeah. Oh no, I remember some of these songs. Yeah.
This is good music.
Right.
Take it slow.
Yeah, see, okay, take it slow. This is good stuff. Well, here, I wrote some notes. What's going on? I'll tell you what's going on with this movie. Now, okay. Now, before we get all started with this movie, I'm going to teach you something. We had the passing of the Monkees, Michael Nesmith. He was 78 years old. Very sad.
Yeah.
Very sad. Were you a Monkees fan, Dr. G?
A little bit. I mean, that's they
He
were.
doesn't like nothing.
were
The guy
fun.
doesn't look. He's not even sad. Okay, and then we
No.
had Arthur, Anne Rice.
That was tragic. And
And
right.
She was 80 years
Yeah.
old. Interview with a Vampire, the Brad Pitt.
Vampire Chronicles. Yeah.
That's
Absolutely.
cool. Did Miranda like the books?
Right. Well, I read those books too.
Oh, you
Yeah.
did
That was
too?
of course, it was way back when. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I think she was like 80 now. Yeah.
She's 80 years old. How did you have time to read when you have to read about the heebie-jeebies? What's going on?
Again, every now and try to get some actually not fiction into my life, but if it's so much nonfiction, yes, I agree. It's very rare that I'll read something for fun because it's been like my life is reading.
I know. Well, West Side Story, it opened December 10th, okay? The new movie, all right?
Yep.
And it was supposed to make between 10 to 11 million for the whole weekend, but it brought in, on opening day, about half of that. A
Wow.
little below half, 4 million. That's not good in the entertainment world. To me,
Right.
it's great. It's amazing. If I could get 5 people to watch me, it's amazing. Picture 4 million, it's great.
Right.
The critics liked it, like you said. Like,
Right.
over here we have, the fans here are liking the show,
Mhm.
but over here it looks like it could be nominated for Oscars this year because there's nothing else to see.
Right.
There's not really good movies these days, you know. What does it go against? Spider-Man?
Right.
What's it going to go against?
There's a Matrix reboot coming at the end of the year. I don't know.
Mm.
I don't know if that's going to win any,
But
academies,
same
but
story. Even like right here, look, it's inspired by William Shakespeare's play. See this? Look at this.
Right.
Look. You're dumb too. So into this that
Mhm.
they can't wait to see the movie. Maybe they're
Right.
not going to see it. I don't know. You know.
It's
But
more relevant than ever now. And actually, they actually had, actual Hispanic actors playing those parts as kind of, so it's good that when they rebooted it, they tried to make it authentic to the time as compared to the way Hollywood's been in the past. So that's good.
yeah, it's funny when I was in New York too. The guy who did the music, who would teach people how to, I guess, sing and project a voice, he passed away. So what was his name? Steven Steinheim. I don't even know his name, but he passed away. There was a big thing going on, and I did take some pictures of it, but I didn't have time to upload it here because there's a whole thing by Times Square. I go, what's going on here? And some Broadway guy goes, oh, Steven Steinheim, it's his memorial. And I'm like, who? But I'm so into the movie, I don't even know who that
Right.
was. But anyway, so right here, breaking news, a little news. David Bowie documentary coming out, a new one. See that? This stuff, getting news from the people over there. But
I like it.
here's the thing over here. Now, it's the critics love the movie. Didn't do so good at the box office. Maybe people our age are too old. They don't want to go get sick. They're afraid
Right.
to go out. That's where they call you a doctor.
Mhm.
But there's a little schism here. Supposedly, the actor who plays Tony, his name's Ansel Eggert. All right, he could be the problem. They're saying the actor. See, when they started the film, they didn't really do a background check. They need to do these background checks, I think.
Oh,
You
man.
got to, Dr. G.
You would think.
Dr. G. It's like you hiring a staff. You got to do. You do a background
gotta
check.
do.
You look at Facebook.
Yeah, we always look at Facebook. Yeah, you have to because see what people post and things like that. So they're public persona. So yes, that's about what you do is you kind of go onto the social media sites and see what they're doing to see. But yes,
You got to see the guy who's playing Tony from West Side Story. Now Tony is a cool guy. He's a nice guy. He's the type of guy you'd want your daughter to date. He really is. He really is.
right.
Yeah, that's what I think. What about the audience? What do they think? Let's see what they
Apparently, it's not legal to look at their Facebook to hire, so we don't do that. Is what I'm saying. Miranda just said that. So we absolutely don't do that. That's what I was actually saying.
She's so mad. She
I was
spelled that
speaking
wrong.
of some parallel universe where somebody else was doing that, and then they were reporting to somebody else who did something else.
It's definitely not a thing. Well,
Definitely not a thing. We would never look at anybody's
The
Facebook.
new Elvis movie coming out June 24th. Detroit tells us. Okay, so you know what? You can't. But I got to tell you something. I think if you're going on a date, how many people out there look at social media to make sure they're not dating a serial killer? Or vice versa, or the guy wants, how many people
I think everybody in this world would look at people's
Everybody
social
looks.
media for any situation.
everybody looks.
Not talking about work, of course. I'm talking about like just general situations where you would look up people. You would look at their social media.
Everybody. You get to know somebody through social media. That's like
Right.
us.
Right.
Like I got nothing to hide.
Right.
Like I am what I am. Like if this show doesn't go nowhere, I'm not getting a job nowhere because nobody's gonna hire me. They're gonna look right at this show. They're gonna go, "This is what we're getting, and not
Yes.
this guy."
Yeah. The Popeye of YouTube. I am what I am. And so, but it's good to be who you are.
You got like Leviton. He's trying to clean up his act. He's staying away. He's like, we're too outrageous for him. The guy will go on the internet and be friends with every criminal out there, and he's afraid. He's afraid of his own shadow. But he'll let it, and he'll be real vocal out there.
Right.
He's not going to the movies.
It's funny because I actually am trying to get people to normalize their lifestyles and go back to doing some of the things. It's been, as we're closing in on 2 years of the thingy, it's really important for us to, obviously do what we is right for us in terms of our self-care. And but get back, and if you enjoy the movies, go to the movies, people.
You got to
If
go
you
to the
enjoy
movies, have fun.
going out to eat, you go out to eat. If you know,
you got to.
Yeah.
We can't even tell. You know what you need to do? I'm not going to tell people what to do and what to put in their system. We got to be very careful what we say, but do the right thing. Wash your hands and wipe your nose. And you know what? I want to see West Side Story. The problem is my wife probably is not going to sit 2 hours with this movie. But the original, the actor they booked for this, who I can't even pronounce his name, it's a problem right there for me.
Right.
Ansel, he was in a show, Baby Driver, years ago. Now, the elephant in the room, in 2014, this guy, allegedly, he was 20 years old. He had a girlfriend who was 17. Now, the girl put on an account on, she blasted him on social media and said he assaulted her. Now, I'm not making this up. This could be an angry girl that's maybe upset. Maybe his career took off and he didn't call her. You know, there's always two sides to the story. Now, but the Today Show did put this out from the girl. So when it happened, instead of asking me if I wanted to stop having sex, knowing it was my first time, and I was sobbing in pain, I didn't want to do it, the only words that came out of his mouth were, "We need to break you in." I wasn't there in that moment mentally, she wrote. I disassociated myself and just felt like my mind was gone. I was in shock. I couldn't leave. I was only 5'2" and 98 pounds. He made me think this is how sex was supposed to be. I don't even know if I'm supposed to say that word. I don't know what to say anymore. I was so young, and he knew that. A post that went viral has since gone private. That's from the Today Show. That's the actor playing Tony right there.
Right.
It's pretty heavy. She went and it's gone. So I don't know. I don't know if there's more girls coming out or whatnot. But the problem was Steven Spielberg casted him, and the production was going. Couldn't they already done with the film probably, and then that came out.
You should have looked on social media first, huh?
Should have looked on social media. Now,
because it was public, you know.
It was public, so maybe that could be a problem. I don't know, but here, I'm not going to stop people from going to the movies. I always stick with the original one. I like the original, and you know what? I know that I'm a big fan of the original, and this was Maria's brother, George Chakiris. He has a book out, West Side Story, a memoir. He's going to come on the show. This, he's I think close to 80. He looks fantastic now, and we're going to talk to him. Was it Marilyn Monroe, Gentlemen Prefer Blondes? He's dancing behind her. A lot of stories he has about it. Good old Hollywood.
Today's world is so tough, man. With just if you watch something with Kevin Spacey in it after you found out of things, because Kevin Spacey was a freaking great actor. Does it change every movie? Because at that time, most of the times they didn't know about it, and so you could say that about any of the current actors who are have whatever policies that they're out there speaking about. Does it change that you like the show and or the movie? And so does this change anything? Because let's say this did occur, does it change anything about this movie if you really like it? I would think not, because the person casting doesn't know. So I don't know if that's this kind of political correctness of things that we've talked about. Should that affect that? Whether you like, come on, it's a great story.
It's a great story.
Would it change how I looked at the movie? I would hope not, because we have one case now. Again, as this happens, sometimes it's like happened with Kevin Spacey. It's like, there was one accusation, and before you know it, there was like this landslide, and you kind of go, wow, this is probably not that nice a guy. But I don't know about this fellow. I've actually never heard of him before.
I don't even know the movie Baby Driver, but I do know one thing.
Great music.
That's great music. You know what? And now it's time for us to go. Everybody, Laura G says, look, a friend of hers went to the premiere. They loved it. It's going to be good. I think it's a little heavier because now I saw some interviews where they maybe they are cussing. Maybe they're doing things that YouTube doesn't allow. I don't know. Right. But anyway, you know what, Dr. G, before we go over there, you look good. You look pretty. Here's a...
Crazy. She might be a doctor. She looks somehow different.
See that? If only she married a Dr. Maria, there'd be none of this problem over here. Well, let's go really quick. Take some questions from the doctor. We're going to head to the doctor zone really quick, and he has something to tell you.
Ask the doctor what you should do. Ask the doctor a question or two. It's all right here on Coffee
emergency, please call 911 if you need assistance.
I figured I'd see it for everyone.
Okay, doctor. All right, let's see. Anybody have any questions for the doctor? We can't really, this is, guys, have an amazing day. You are the best. Thank you very much, Glam Rock Princess. You
Thank
are
you.
great. You have a beautiful day and a happy holiday. If we don't see you Wednesday, or if we're here Wednesday, I don't even know what's going on, but mwah to you. So, Dr. G, what's going on? Anything? I went for a physical.
You're
I went
right.
for a physical,
Right.
right? We should be doing that at the end of the year. And I try to get it all in.
Right.
And,
And what's the main thing we talk about, even in this world of a pandemic, is metabolic health, right? That's the thing. How do we keep ourselves healthy so that whenever we're faced with any challenge in our life, we do the best? So we focus on metabolic health. And the idea is you see your doctor, and hopefully they do a whole range of tests to say, hey, is my exercise working? Is my diet working? And if not, these are the areas to work on, right?
Yeah. Well, I think also I'm a little out of whack. It's almost what is it, 2 years we've been in this crazy new world, and
Correct.
I work out at home, but your body changes. I'm 54, and I could talk about I'm allowed to talk about my medical here, right? You're not going to get in trouble.
You can bring things up. I can.
I can. Okay, yeah, I'm an open book. This is
Right.
this is reality. We went there, and I am actually in pretty good shape considering what happened if I didn't work out.
Right.
You give me this news that I'm almost diabetic. I'm like, what the hell? I'm a level 2 on the heart scan that I took, which is not bad, but to me it's awful. Like, I'm like nuts.
Right.
Last night I was miserable. I couldn't. I'm trying to cut out the carbs. I'm having a hard time, and I didn't touch it. And I had
Smart to
eggplant.
reduce slowly.
Yeah. I'm taking the vitamins you recommended. I mean, everybody watching this is not a plug or anything, because he's with me on the show. I go to Dr. G because my health is my wealth, and I've been to so many doctors. He's the only person I trust. So thank God that me and him got to meet each other, and he actually sits with you, and you made me feel good. I walked into your office. Usually my blood pressure is high. It was not high when I walked into your office because it's a very mellow vibe, and you got these great supplements there, which I was losing my mind.
Right.
And but you care, and you took the time, and you brought awareness to me about it. So in my situation, 54, I'm not diabetic, but I'm almost there.
Right.
For somebody here that's listening to this, what do you do? Like, how do you control it when you leave the doctor's office?
Again, there's so much conflicting evidence out there. It's the main thing is to have people to. This term is used too much, re-empower themselves, so that they, when it comes to nutrition, you give some guidelines, but how much vegetables you eat versus how much meat you eat should be based upon how you feel when you do it, not some person talking on stage or whatever else like that. And the number one thing we talk to everybody is about stress and how to get away from the media and actually live your lives. The power of positivity, the power of daily intention, so many things that are more important than finding out whatever did something to who on social media. So but yoga is a good idea. We have lots of good things. Drink lots of water, walk daily, stay positive. Great advice. For the people who can't walk a lot, go swimming. And so yoga is a great approach in terms of the union of spirit, mind, and body, which is what yoga is about. And so somebody said it's in the mind. It's in the spirit, mind, and body. Obviously, that's one different expressions of the same thing. So, but in terms of our metabolic health, so this gets down to it. Somebody says, well, I believe I have enough vitamin D because I go in the sun. Why don't you measure it and then get an actual level and see where your vitamin D level is? Well, I believe my blood sugar is fine. Again, that's not a belief system thing. You go measure it, and there are many markers of insulin resistance and inflammation and oxidative stress, how you're really doing. So you do get objective data to support things like, because I'll see people, I'm sure my yoga is doing everything I need. And you look at their tests and go, well, no, your yoga is not the only thing. You need to look at some aerobic aerobics or in resistance, and actually, eating maybe a little bit better. Is my vegan or vegetarian lifestyle working for me? And again, it can. I mean, but for many people, they're just so high carb. There you go. And so
the carbs will do.
And the carbs are the biggest issues for most people. So when they go to these vegetarian lifestyles, they're not eating vegetables and fruits. They're eating, sources of inflammatory foods like grains and all kinds of excess sugars. And so they believe that their diet is healthy because they cut out meat, and that's like so untrue most of the time. And so it can be. I don't want to make sure everybody can. It can be, but if you choose to limit yourself in some way, and that's whether it's vegan or carnivore or whatever else people are doing these days, you just have to pay better attention to what you're eating, and that's not what people do. So
carbs is so easy. It's an easy snack. We buy it. Right. We know what to do with it because it just fills us up. It makes us. It's almost comfort food.
It is comfort food for most people, and there's nothing wrong with that. And carbs aren't evil, everybody. The majority of our carbs should come from fruits and vegetables because that's what humans do. It's a pretty simple thing. So, when you grab, I have 3 basic fruits that are my carb go-tos, bananas, apples, and blueberries, and it's all hellaciously better eating those things than it is eating a bunch of cookies and crackers and cereals and pastas and other things, because those other foods, the fruits, are really meant to be the foods that humans eat. And the more we get into those things, the healthier we are, along with so many other factors. So
yeah, it is very important. I mean, now I'm trying to do prep meal, and I'm trying to, but it's tough. Now look over here. Look, the Velveeta cheese.
I saw that. Yeah, that's what I was laughing at.
That's
it's not. If there was grass-fed Velveeta, I still wouldn't eat it. It's Velveeta. I mean, come on.
There's kitties are beautiful guys. If you watch his show, your cholesterol goes up the way he cooks. Yeah.
Exactly. That's hilarious.
So in my situation, I really got to stay away from the carbs for me,
right?
And stay away from the sweets. Right. No ice cream at night for right now, huh?
Right.
Is it
it's primarily the extra sweets, and if you do an extra carb dosage, make it during the day where you associate your exercise along with your carbs. Your carbs cause a sugar spike. The sugar spike is followed by insulin. You gotta if you're moving and active, that insulin can help you with muscle building, and you use it very appropriately, and you don't develop the same degree of what's called insulin resistance, which is the primary disease of today, which is insulin resistance. And of course, it's associated with central weight gain and blood pressure and lipid abnormalities, triglycerides and HDLs, and eventually blood sugar abnormalities. And so
you got being 64,
right?
See?
And absolutely, the moving thing is vital, So, and exercise they've shown is more of a keystone behavior. If you're exercising, you are more likely to take on things like your nutrition. Now, it's not perfect, obviously. Some people exercise and have crappy diets, but for the most part, you can have a decent diet, and that doesn't predict very well whether or not you're going to exercise. And you see in today's world, people try to solve everything either through meditation or through diet or through exercise, and they have to have this kind of broad spectrum approach, or it doesn't work in today's very, very stressful and toxic world.
Look at Steve over here. He has diabetes and kidney disease. It's hard to eat healthy things by try to keep it in check.
Right.
And I don't eat that bad, but it's just sometimes it's hereditary. You just can't control what I guess is in the genes. Huh? Right. You have to just really watch it.
And most of the information that comes from the powers that be are more about selling something. The diabetic, the American Diabetes Association, their diet was like the most pro-diabetes diet, meaning causing diabetes, that you would ever see, because they just didn't understand what to do. Especially, they told people not to eat protein for your kidneys, which was shown to be way overblown. And so.
He's like a rabbit, right. Laura G.
No, again, I am everybody knows I'm a big paleo person, and I do intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting means you have time restricted feeding. I eat between 12:30 and 6:30 most days. On the weekends, sometimes I take it off just so I don't have to think about it as far as that goes. So 12:30 to 6:30 is my eating window, 6-hour eating window, 18-hour fast. Okay, and during that time, I have paleo foods. Paleo foods just means good human foods. It's meats, vegetables, nuts, seeds. I love fruits like we talked about. I'm not a big salad person. I go through salad phases, but I'm not a big salad person. I usually saute my vegetables when I'm doing them, as far as that goes. And you get used to making your own foods that way, as far as that goes. So
and somebody just woke up over here. Ashley, the winner of Talking Wax. I have to talk you through the weeds he picked. Last night I was having a fit, and I had some sunflower seeds, and I had some almonds, and that was what I had as a snack. The curb and I was miserable. I went to bed mad. But anyway,
it can have some fruits with that, but I'm not saying everybody has to do that, but if you look at longevity medicine, what has been really shown to work, intermittent fasting. Okay, if you really want to work with things. And so now it's work. I understand that as far as that goes, but it's a healthy thing. And then you have times where you blow it off. Everybody heard me talk about, piecation. During Thanksgiving, I had a cherry pie that just was awesome, and I ate it because it was delicious, not because it was paleo. Do I still have to, so there's a time, like, moderation,
moderation,
and so exactly. So, but no, I don't eat those weeds, by the way, but I have, because my son's into permaculture, and of course there's no such thing as a weed in permaculture. So if you're weeding things, but if there's any blossoming going on, that weed is going into recycling. But I'm pretty good about, like, pulling the weeds and making sure there's nothing that can regrow, and using it as fertilizer for the yard. So I've gotten better about that.
You've gotten better. It's funny. I go for my checkup. You look at me right away. You go, "Oh, you're a lot taller than I thought."
That's true. For some reason, I thought you were a short guy. I don't know why it was. And you go to the office, that can't be Stefan, the guy. It looks like it. Nope, he's too tall.
I'm too tall. I'm over 6 feet. And then you give me the news about my diet, and I go to Disneyland, and I couldn't even have fun. So that was my weekend.
Man.
Well, anyway, it's the witching hour. We got to get out of here. But today at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, Dr. G is going to have some more medical advice, and more questions can be answered on his Instagram account, Middle Path Medicine.
You can find we do our IGTV live at 9 a.m. And I can say anything I want. I'll even cuss if I need to, and I need to. I really do. And so.
You do. That's right, you do. And in the meantime, everybody, we're going to get out of here. But you can check us out on Spotify, iHeartRadio, all those platforms where you want to listen to your favorite podcast. Look for ADIKA Live, and that's right. And then Artist on Record for the music stuff. But we're going to have more guests. I actually have some people coming up. Felix Calavari, I can't pronounce his name. I better get it together. From the Rascals, he's coming on the show. I have him booked. He's, the song good, grooving on a Sunday afternoon.
Not Rascal Flatts, the other Rascals.
Not the Rascal Flatts. And then at this point in the game, it is the time to get out of here. But before we go, it's the end of the show, everybody. We want you to have a wonderful day, and think of West Side Story. We love you, everybody. I want you to have a happy holiday if we don't see you, and I believe Wednesday you're going to be busy, right, Dr. G? You won't be here Wednesday?
I am. Nope.
Yeah, but man, I'll do a quick pop on before we send off for the holidays to say hi to you people and goodbye, because I love you. But this is the last week of Coffee Talk for 2021, everybody.
Oh,
yeah. We're going to take a break. It's a holiday. It's vacation time, But you watch everything on the playlist and all that good stuff, What are we going to do? Coffee Talk's taking off for the holidays?
Taking off for the holidays? Well, that's all right. It's time to go out and feel pretty. And go watch West Side Story, everybody. It is great.
West Side Story, everybody. And also, if you're feeling pretty and you want to look handsome, get one of these. And in my merch store, if you go check our merch store out, it really does help the channel and help us grow this channel. It's you get something, the channel gets something, and we keep it alive to bring great entertainment to you guys with great interviews, great knowledge from the doctor. And please, thumbs up, subscribe to this channel. Your support really, really matters. If you love it, share it to somebody that you might think that might enjoy it. And if you can't stand them and you hate us, send it anyway. Let me annoy them as much as I annoyed you. Subscribe always. Hit that bell to be reminded when we come on. Check out middlepathmedicine.com, their website, for any great vitamins and all that good stuff.
Absolutely.
Let them know ADIKA sent you. And if a Miranda has I believe that, I don't know if I don't want to say anything, but, just say ADIKA sent you.
Yeah.
On that note,
Bye, guys.
That's all, folks. On that note, we will see you later. It's very dramatic. Oh, look
Oh,
at
I
that,
like it.
Dr. G. You like it?
That
Gotta
that's
get
pretty.
one of
They're
those.
handsome.
Well, that's very handsome. On that note,
We got our
everybody,
Merc at home.
we're out of here.
It's coffee talk with the Tika. Nothing rhymes with that but chicken tikka. We name drop here with Stefan and all his friends.
I gotta get some more vitamins. Right in that ticker, middlepathmedicine.com. Click on there, check out what they got. Take that vitamin C. Until then, everybody, we'll see you later. God bless us all. Everyone, we love you. Happy holidays. Mwah.
See somebody on IG.
That's right. IG. This guy. Right there.